Did you know that a hidden force could interfere with your intimate relationship? Today, we'll reveal how this happens and what women truly feel. The answer will shock you, especially the final revelation. Ready to hear the truth? Let's begin. What if I told you that the devil could be stealing intimacy from your marriage, and you might not even realize it? Andrew Tate reveals shocking truths about how this happens and how women truly feel in those moments. But here's the twist: the last revelation will leave you speechless. Don't miss this eye-opening insight. Are you ready to uncover the truth and take back control? The world of jinn and demons is an unseen realm that we cannot see or hear. Yet it exists and has a significant impact on our lives, especially in aspects we may not pay attention to. Among these aspects is a concerning phenomenon related to the interference of jinn in marital relationships, where a demon can infiltrate the intimate relationship between spouses and negatively affect it. This topic may seem strange or even terrifying to some, but there is evidence and statements from scholars indicating that this matter is real and has clear effects on individuals, especially women. The lover jinn is believed to be a type of supernatural entity that becomes infatuated with a human, particularly women, and seeks to exert a powerful influence over their lives. Unlike other forms of jinn that may simply haunt or disturb individuals, the lover jinn is thought to form a deep attachment, attempting to manipulate emotions, thoughts, and even physical sensations to maintain a connection with its chosen human. This influence often manifests subtly at first, through recurring thoughts, whispers, or vivid dreams that create an emotional or even romantic attachment to the unseen entity. Over time, this presence may become more intrusive, leading to psychological and even physical experiences that disrupt daily life. Some affected individuals report feelings of being watched, unexplained emotions of longing or obsession, or even a sense of companionship that they cannot logically explain. In more severe cases, this interference extends into intimate relationships, particularly between spouses. A woman who is affected by a lover jinn may experience unusual sensations during marital intimacy, such as the feeling of an unseen presence in bed, strange touches on her body, or an intense, abnormal heat in specific areas. These sensations can create emotional distress, leading to difficulties in the marital relationship, confusion, and even fear. Traditional beliefs suggest that such cases require spiritual intervention, as the lover jinn may resist letting go of its human attachment. Methods such as *ruqya*, spiritual healing through Quranic recitation, prayer, and other protective measures are often recommended to counteract the influence of these entities. Recognizing the signs early and seeking appropriate spiritual guidance is considered crucial in overcoming the grip of a lover jinn and restoring balance to one's life. Some symptoms that may appear in a woman under the influence of a lover jinn include feeling the presence of another person in bed, sensing strange touches on her body, particularly in areas like the neck, private parts, or thighs. She may also feel abnormal heat in these areas or notice unexplained blue or green bruises on her body. Additionally, she may feel discomfort and tension when seeing her husband and may start creating problems with him over trivial matters, later surprising herself with her own actions. The lover jinn uses several tricks to influence a woman, playing on her emotions and thoughts to strengthen its hold over her. It whispers negative ideas to her and revives painful memories from the past, plunging her into deep sadness and uncontrollable tears. This sadness is not only a way to weaken her psychologically, but also a source of energy that the jinn feeds on to reinforce its presence. The more she is overwhelmed by grief, the stronger its grip on her becomes, keeping her in a state of emotional distress without her fully understanding the true reason. It may appear in her dreams in the form of her husband, a familiar person, or even a stranger with ideal features that attract her. In these dreams, it engages in an intimate relationship with her that feels surprisingly realistic, to the point that she wakes up feeling disturbed and afraid. These dreams leave a strong psychological imprint, leading her to wonder whether they are mere illusions or a supernatural occurrence. Some women feel guilt after such dreams, especially if they are married, which further increases the psychological pressure exerted by the jinn. A woman under the influence of a lover jinn may experience episodes of sleep paralysis. She wakes up in the middle of the night, unable to move, with the sensation of an invisible being pressing down on her body or touching her without her being able to react. She may hear mysterious whispers or perceive frightening shadows, intensifying her feelings of helplessness and anxiety. These experiences leave psychological scars, increasing her stress levels and making her more vulnerable to the jinn's manipulations. The lover jinn seeks to isolate the woman from her emotional and social surroundings. It may instill in her a feeling of rejection towards her husband or loved ones, pushing her to avoid interactions or provoke conflicts for no apparent reason. She may feel an inexplicable indifference or even a deep disgust toward her spouse, gradually damaging her relationship. In some cases, she begins to doubt herself, seeing herself as unworthy of love or incapable of loving, which reinforces her sense of loneliness. This emotional detachment makes it easier for the Jinn to take control, becoming the only constant presence in her life. The effects of the lover Jinn also manifest in the woman's daily behavior, as she may find herself acting unusually or saying things she would never normally say. Afterward, she feels as if she was not fully aware of her own actions, plunging her into a state of confusion and self-doubt. This sense of losing control makes her even more vulnerable, and over time, she may develop an uncontrollable attachment to the Jinn, feeling as though she will never be able to free herself, no matter how hard she tries. However, there is no need to be afraid or fall into despair, as faith in Allah and adherence to daily supplications and spiritual protections are the most powerful means to confront these phenomena. Reciting Ayat al-Kursi before sleeping creates a spiritual barrier against any harmful influence and prevents Jinn from approaching. Morning and evening supplications are also essential, as they provide continuous protection against any form of unseen harm. Additionally, seeking refuge in Allah from Satan and strengthening one's connection to daily acts of worship, such as prayer, dhikr, and Quran recitation, help fortify the soul and ward off any negative influence. Strict adherence to Islamic teachings, including avoiding sins and maintaining a state of spiritual purity, weakens the influence of Jinn and prevents them from intruding into a person's life. Finally, maintaining a positive mindset, not giving in to fear, and cultivating complete trust in divine protection are essential elements in overcoming these trials. Whoever places their trust in Allah and applies the recommended spiritual practices will, by His permission, be safeguarded from all harm, whatever it may be. When a lover Jinn takes control of a woman, its influence is not limited to her mental and physical well-being. Rather, it extends to every aspect of her life, particularly her marital relationship. One of the most noticeable effects is the emotional detachment she may begin to feel towards her husband. She may lose her natural affection for him, becoming distant and uninterested in intimacy. This sudden change can lead to confusion and frustration within the marriage, as the husband may feel unwanted, rejected, or even suspect that something is wrong without being able to identify the cause. This emotional gap often results in misunderstandings, conflicts, and a growing sense of disconnection between the spouses. The lover Jinn deliberately creates this barrier to isolate the woman from her husband, making her more emotionally dependent on the presence and influence of the Jinn itself. In addition to emotional detachment, the husband may begin to notice strange changes in his wife's behavior. She may exhibit sudden aggression, becoming irritated over trivial matters, or experience frequent mood swings, shifting from sadness to anger without a clear reason. In some cases, she may have episodes of unexplained crying, feeling overwhelmed by emotions that seem to come from nowhere. These symptoms are not mere coincidences. Rather, they may be manifestations of the Jinn's attempts to manipulate her emotions and create an unstable atmosphere within the household. The ultimate goal of the lover Jinn is to disrupt the couple's harmony, pushing them apart and making the woman feel increasingly isolated. If left unaddressed, this influence can cause long-term damage to the marriage, leading to continuous conflicts, lack of trust, and even separation. Therefore, it is essential for both spouses to be aware of these phenomena and recognize that spiritual intervention is just as important as emotional and psychological support in overcoming such challenges. Preventing the influence of the lover Jinn requires a foundation of strong faith in Allah and a commitment to daily acts of worship. One of the most effective spiritual protections is the recitation of the Quran, particularly Surah al-Baqarah, which has been proven to expel Jinn from homes and prevent them from interfering in human affairs. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized the power of this surah in warding off evil and protecting the household from unseen harm. In addition, engaging in frequent remembrance of Allah dhikr through morning and evening supplications at Adhkar reinforces spiritual protection and weakens any external influences that seek to cause harm. Another crucial preventive measure is invoking Allah's name before marital intimacy, as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught that saying Bismillah in the name of Allah before engaging in intimacy protects the couple from any interference by Jinn. This simple yet powerful supplication prevents the lover Jinn from forming a connection or attempting to influence the relationship between husband and wife. Furthermore, reciting **** Ayat al-Kursi *** before sleeping serves as a spiritual shield, ensuring that the person remains protected throughout the night from any unseen disturbances. Seeking forgiveness, istighfar, and sincerely repenting to Allah for past sins is also essential in strengthening one's spiritual defenses. Sins and disobedience weaken a person's spiritual state, making them more vulnerable to external harm, including Jinn interference. By maintaining a pure and righteous lifestyle free from sinful habits and harmful influences, a person fortifies themselves against any attempt by the jinn to gain control over their thoughts, emotions, or actions. Ultimately, faith in Allah and adherence to Islamic teachings are the strongest weapons against any form of evil, whether visible or unseen. A household that is built upon faith, prayer, and remembrance of Allah remains shielded from negative influences, ensuring peace, stability, and harmony within the family. By remaining steadfast in religious practices and supporting each other spiritually, couples can protect their marriage from any harm and maintain a strong, loving bond, free from the disruptions caused by external forces. In conclusion, this topic reminds us of the importance of faith in Allah and adherence to Islamic teachings to protect ourselves and our families from any harm that may surround us. Jinn and demons exist, but the power of faith and divine protections shield us from their evils. Let us strive to strengthen our faith and adhere to the supplications and protections taught to us by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, so that we may live in peace and safety, free from any negative influence.